Adam has arrived.
Hey, Maurice and Odie gonna take over like Zach and Cody. Black and Snurdy is the best podcast. Gonna boom like Wile E. Coyote. Gonna make magic, they move like they hairy. Ain't talking about mental health, no, it's not scary. You know that she coming up with the astrology. Mo got a comic and that's the best policy. Maurice the goat, talking about animation cause you know. Odie she moving wavy like the boat. Watching some movies and she taking notes. Yeah, kick back, listen. Black and Snurdy have risen. Upload on a mission. 5 stars, never dissing. Black and Snurdy, ooh. Black and Snurdy, yeah. Black and Snurdy.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Black and Snurdy podcast, the only podcast where two sexy black nerds get together to shoot the shit. I, of course, am Mo, aka Kid Licorish.
And I'm Odie.
And together we are the aforementioned Snurds here for episode 137 of the Black and Snurdy podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm really full.
Mm-hmm.
We had some K-pot
K-pot.
with some friends.
Dirty pot. That you can't stop.
We had K-pot and hot pot. It was really good, delicious. We didn't eat. Well, we ate a lot, but we didn't have any left over, which was great. I think that's always the hard part about having an all-you-can-eat is sometimes you think you could eat too much, more than you can.
I would have paid a little extra to take some of that food home.
It was good.
Yeah. Especially like the steak.
Yeah, that steak was really good. And
Yeah,
the
it was.
steak was good. The ribeye was good. The bulgogi. I mean, you know I love bulgogi, so I'm always down to eat that over and over and over again. So,
Yeah.
But it's so close. We can always, it's nice to know that.
Yeah,
you
we
can
could
go
pop over there if we want to.
Yeah.
Although I enjoyed the food. I feel like the concept is a little fucked up.
Why?
It's a little fucked up. Like, think about it. Like, I'm going out on the town and paying for the privilege to cook my own food.
Yeah, but like you're getting a nice setup. They're giving you all. You're getting to make your food exactly as you like it. You're getting to eat as much.
Well, not
of it.
exactly. There's no seasonings. All the seasonings are in my home.
No, the seasonings are on the side. That's what you bring over and you season
All
your stuff
the
with.
sauces and stuff. I didn't see any adobo. That's all I'm saying.
You don't need adobo.
Yes, you do.
There's lots of other seasonings.
Seasoned salt and adobo. That's
There was lots of
all you
seasonings
need.
over there that we could have used. To
You like
season
that pork
meat.
shoulder, right?
I like.
That's
the
all I
pork
use.
shoulder.
Well, I also use pepper. So there's that.
There
Which, by
was-
the way, we're running out of pepper.
We're running out of pepper.
Yeah, we're running out of pepper.
That's surprising.
I mean, not really. How long ago did I get that pepper?
I don't
Probably
know.
back when I was still living in Park Slope. All these seasonings, I haven't gotten any new seasonings in
adobo.
years. Oh yeah, adobo. That
We
was
used
that was
adobo.
because the other one was lost. We didn't use all of it. It was just
Lost?
disappeared. It just disappeared.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, I like the K-pot and the hot pot. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like being able to make my food exactly as I would like to eat it, and and eat as much of it as I'd like. I don't have to wash any dishes.
Sure.
Great, I love that. But I would pay a little extra to bring it home.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
would be nice.
Yeah, I would actually have paid a little extra to bring it home.
Because on my birthday, I feel like we had a lot of food.
Yeah, we
left
had a
over.
lot coming back. It wasn't even a lot. It was just an abundance of different meats. Like it
Yeah.
still fit into a relatively
Regular size container.
regular sized container, but it was different meats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho,
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I am excited for this podcast.
All right. Well, are you ready to get into the RIPs for this week?
Yes, I really am. Let us take it down a notch. Take it down a notch. Jesus Christ. Let's bring it down, bring the mood down, but not like depressing down, like because we're celebrating the lives of these individuals, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so let us bring it down, but
We don't
not.
Stop talking about bringing it down. We're just
Well, we are bringing it down a little
we're
bit.
not bringing it
this
down.
isn't
We're
gonna
just
be a
honoring
lively.
the lives of those who lost.
Yes.
So just Let's honor them.
Let's honor them with our RIP section. And let me get the banner. There we go.
All right, so we, of course, lost several people this week, if you've been paying attention to the news. Roberta Flack, who most notably, one of her most popular songs is Killing Me Softly with his song, which Lauryn Hill famously covered for, I think that was maybe X Factor album, not sure. But she passed away.
Well, you know, the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. She only has the one album.
Yeah, well, that's true. I believe it was on that album. And she passed away on February 24th at 88. And it said that she died peacefully with her family around her, which is honestly, I think, the thing that all of us could hope for.
Yes, it's the best outcome.
They didn't exactly explicitly say what her cause of death was, but she had been battling ALS since 2022. And before that, she had a stroke in 2016 and had a mild case of COVID in 2022. So I'm sure all those things, you know, along with her age, impacted her health. But she's had a long career that, you know, she was very well known for her music. She had the songs The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face, which is a beautiful song, Feel Like Making Love. And she remains the only solo artist to win the Grammy Award for Record of the Year in consecutive years. So
nice. And don't forget, tonight I celebrate my love with Peebo Bryson.
Ah, yes, another amazing hit. And she had a documentary that came out about her life in 2022, which celebrated her career in music. So, I mean, we give our love and our honor to her family. And thank you so much for adding so much to the culture, because I'm sure there are many artists who we would not have if it wasn't for her inspiration. Also, Angie Stone passed away tragically this weekend at 63 years old. She was in a car accident coming back. They were driving in Montgomery, Alabama, traveling back to Atlanta. Her van overturned and was struck by a big rig, which is, I mean, that's just a terrible way to go. 63 is way too young. But Angie Stone herself also had a very long career in music. She was part of groups like Vertical Hold and Devox before she began her solo career. Her debut solo album was Black Diamond, which came out in 1999. One of her most famous songs is Wish I Didn't Miss You from her 2001 album Mahogany Soul.
As well as Black Brothers, I love you. I never hurt you. Yeah, that was that. I want you to know that I'm here for you for whatever true as your mind. Yeah.
And she had 10 solo albums and worked with artists like Alicia Keys, Missy Elliott, Snoop Dogg, and D'Angelo, who she also has a child with.
Now that I did not know.
Yeah, there's been some controversy around that the past few years because people were finding out. Like, I think for a long time, people knew she had been in a relationship with D'Angelo, but they didn't realize that there was like a 12-year age gap between them. He was 19 when they got together.
She was the older of the two.
She was the older of the two.
Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Well.
Which, you know, the age gap did raise some eyebrows. But, you know, they had a family together. She had been, I want to say that she had either her or her children had been on a reality TV show a few years back. Because I remember her, like, there were these.
Well, I know you know, nothing, not throwing shade at the dearly departed. She was on The Biggest Loser.
She was on The Biggest Loser?
Yeah, the VH1 show, right?
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I forget what season it was, but I feel like it was the same season as Ralphie May.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, she acted in films, TV shows. She was on Broadway. And she's survived by her 2 children, Diamond and Michael. So regardless of whatever happened throughout her lifetime, we are sending her our love to her family and friends. Because they're the ones who are going to be grieving over this immense loss, especially when someone passes away so, like, suddenly in this sort of situation. It always hits different than if someone might have been, like, older or had a sickness or something. So we are sending our love to her family and friends. And then the last person that we wanted to talk about this week, which was another traumatic passing, was Gene Hackman and his wife and their dog. Were found dead in his home in Santa Fe. Mm-hmm. So Gene Hackman, who was 95, and his wife, Betsy Araqua, who was 64, were found dead in their Santa Fe home in New Mexico. And their bodies were found by a maintenance worker. And their dog was also found in, I believe, a closet. Gene Hackman was found in their mudroom, and his wife was found in the bathroom. And it's been a very curious situation because they said that his wife was found in the bathroom and there were prescription medications scattered around. Both of them seemed to be in different states of decomposition. His wife was allegedly mummified by that point. It's been several days since the passing. He had a pacemaker and it stopped on February 17th. Mm-hmm. So the authorities said that they think it's been around 9 days that they were left there without being found. And it's really kind of unfortunate. There's no real understanding of what happened. Right now they're saying that it's not any foul play, but for the wife, for him to die, and the dog to die, there's just like a lot of questions being asked.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get answers.
Hopefully,
just from the autopsy to figure out how this could have went down.
Yeah,
I know they say like there was no signs of foul play, mm-hmm. but for all 3 of them to be dead, that screams like what?
For the dog to die?
Yeah,
too?
The dog that's
very weird.
Maybe some carbon monoxide or some shit like that.
There was no. They sent out the people and there was no carbon monoxide.
Okay, so then I don't want to sit here and speculate on the.
No, of course, but we just it's weird. It's a weird.
It's a weird thing.
Because why? How did this happen? And how did they go for so long without being seen or found? And his daughter had said he had been in good shape, had been exercising and things like that. So who knows? But of course, Gene Hackman has had an extremely long career. He was in The French Connection, Unforgiven, The Royal Tenenbaums, the movie I really love, Bonnie and Clyde. He had retired from acting in 2004, which I didn't even realize he had retired.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him in anything.
I just
recently.
thought that he had just been maybe doing voiceovers or just kind of enjoying his money and fame and not going out to do much stuff. But he was 95 years old. He had a very long life, a very long career. So we thank you for all your work. I'm sure that they're going to be doing even more memorials for him throughout we're in the award season, so I'm sure that'll come up. But thank you for the work that you did and all that you've given to movies and TV and film, and inspiring other actors to come up behind you. So
yeah. R.I.P. to all of those who have passed, and thank you for your contributions to the arts in the world.
All right. Are you ready to get into pop culture?
I sure am, with a little bit of pop topics.
When you want a hot meal without a big deal, what are you gonna pick?
Pop topics.
All right. So since it is, even though it's the end of Black History Month,
Sure.
which is the shortest month of the year, might I add, I wanted to just show this video. I saw it. It's of George Carlin at one of his stand-up shows in the 70s. And I felt like it really encompasses the way that non-Black people can show honor and respect and be allies to Black folk. And also, I just love George Carlin, so I
Sure.
thought it was dope.
I grew up in an Irish neighborhood right next to a black neighborhood and found out very soon that black guys were cool. And all we ever wanted to be as kids was cool guys. That's all you ever ask God for at the end of your prayers. Please, God. And blacks, because they were the least free, were the freest with whatever was left. That's the way that is on that lower rung. Your body, your dress, your style, your talk, the way you work it, your song, it's all free. In fact, I found out that by hanging out with black guys, we started talking and walking and acting like they did. In fact, almost any of those guys that I knew, if you took 5 Anglos and let them hang out with 5 blacks for about a month or less, at the end of that time, the whites would be walking, standing, and talking like the black guy. I ever hear the black guy saying, well, golly, we won the game today. But you see white guys with red hair and freckles named Duffy say, hey, let's do it. No, it's okay, man. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, that was cool.
Black is cool.
Black is cool. Black
Always.
is always cool.
Black is cool. Black is the blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and there would be no arts without us.
Yes.
Or at least it'd be very boring.
Yeah, things would be very boring.
The world would be very boring without Black people.
Yes.
Okay, and all that we add.
The food would be bland.
The food would be bland. The
Music
dances.
would be. I mean, like, how would I would argue that maybe there wouldn't be music because what music is? Where are you gonna steal from?
Well, there'd be a bunch of, freaking
Fucking
strings.
Mozart bullshit.
Well, wasn't Mozart the one that they said was black?
I would
There's
not be
one-
surprised.
There
if
was a
Mozart
bunch of them from those from like the medieval times or whatever, where they're like, yeah, they were black. Who knows? But they wouldn't you can't have. What about the drums? You wouldn't have any drums.
Yeah.
Be no percussion.
Mm-hmm.
The beats would be boring.
Wouldn't have oodles and noodles.
Oodles or noodles.
Yes, you wouldn't have those metal cans that either have cookie or sewing kits in them.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You wouldn't have any. Look at all the moisturization.
Yes, very. Oh my goodness.
Although I will say,
Cocoa butter would be nowhere to be found.
but I will say, if there was taking out black people, we would still have like Asian folks also have like moisturization on lock. Because I love Asian, like specifically Korean skincare.
Sure.
So I feel like maybe you would have some lotions because you would still have Asian folks. But all the other stuff, it would be lacking.
Yeah.
Okay?
It'd be lacking without blacking.
Lacking without blacking. Yes. Very true. And speaking of things that would be lacking without black folks, the Oscars. So the Oscars is tonight.
Yeah, it's happening as we are recording.
As we are recording, it's going on. So far, there have been some winners.
I feel like history is always being made by us, like the first black something.
Yeah, because
I guarantee you there's a first black something that just
that
won
happens
tonight. Yeah.
but that's because for how long has the Oscars been going on? This was the 97th. So for 97 years, we've let's say for like 80 of those years, we've been kept out of categories or not allowed to participate or coming pushed through the side door.
Paul Tazwell became the first black man to win the Oscar for Best Costume Design today.
Wow, for which movie?
Honored for his work on the Broadway musical Wicked. He stepped onto the dais and said, wait, was it? Maybe it was Wicked.
That's why you can't use that description. You got to go into the thing. That's why I tell my students all the time, you can't use that that little AI description because it's not always accurate.
Well, it's from the New York Times.
Yeah, but it's an AI just telling you of what the thing was. You got to actually read the thing.
Okay. Do. Well, I can't scroll for more because I'm not paying $1 a week.
All right. Well, some of the winners for tonight, Best Picture was Honora, which I don't know.
It was Wicked. It was the musical adaptation Wicked.
Okay.
I
don't know what this movie Honora is, and I keep hearing about it. Honora is a 2024 romantic comedy drama directed by Sean Baker, focusing on the tumultuous marriage between a sex worker and the son of a Russian oligarch.
I thought it was a movie about a spinning wooden top.
Ridiculous. Well, that won Best Picture.
Really?
Yeah, I'd never heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Look, I am so far removed from movies at this point. Like, the only movie that I think I knew was nominated was Conclave. And that's only because I saw commercials on it on YouTube that I could not skip. They would not allow me to. I'm about to pay for YouTube bread because I'm so sick of.
It's really annoying.
Not only am I sick of the commercials, but I'm sick of not being able to play it, like, you know what I mean? Like, play it without being in the YouTube app.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that they force you. They make it so annoying that you have to spend money.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like life is turning into. Like, it's so annoying that I have to pay extra to not be annoyed.
And Netflix is raising their prices again.
Netflix is raising the prices.
Like,
Amazon is raising the prices.
It's almost $30 for what I'm doing now. It's ridiculous.
And then they don't want you to share a password. Fuck you.
Fuck off.
Okay, everybody can get a share. Come on over and get this password so we can all watch it together, because we need to
band together. Wealth. Yes, share the wealth, so long as you have your own profile page. Don't be using my profile page, okay? I got my algorithm just the way I like it. It's the only one left that I have where it is curated
just for you.
Just for me, okay? Cuz Lord knows the Spotify is ruined forever.
Well,
fucking Cleo Soul.
Yeah, she's a
number
great
2.
artist.
Not saying she's not great, but I ain't listening to her.
Okay, so for the 2025 Best Director went to Jacques Audiard. I'm probably mispronouncing that. For the Emilia Perez movie, which I can tell you, not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm not really interested.
I'm not interested. Also, Mexicans have been very upset about it.
Trans people have been very upset about it.
Trans folks have been very upset about it. But Zoe Saldana once won Best Supporting Actress. She keeps starring in movies where everybody from that community is not liking it. Like, remember when she was in blackface as Nina Simone?
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the very least, she is, I think, Dominican.
Yeah, she's a black woman, but she still was in blackface. She was like being
No,
black.
not about black. I'm talking about for being in Emilia Perez, not about being in blackface.
But it's just like
that was fucked up.
But this movie, I don't know. I looked at the trailers; they didn't really seem interesting to me. Also, it's a musical, which I find odd because it's very confusing that it's a thriller drama musical. Like, what is this, Les Mis? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's no. Cynthia Erivo won for Wicked Best Actress.
Oh,
Kieran Culkin won Best Supporting Actor for A Real Pain, which I want to say is that I keep.
Oh, it's on Hulu.
Yeah,
it's him and Jesse Eisenberg. Yeah.
So who else? Best animated feature was Flow. Now I don't know what movie that is.
That is on Max. I've been wanting to watch that
What is
for a
that
while.
about?
I don't know, but there's a picture of a cat on there and it's animated.
Well, I love
so
cats and I love animated. So
I would like to watch it.
It looks like so far Amelia Perez, Wicked, and Honora have been taking a lot of the. I've been taking a lot of the awards, so good for them.
Yeah, I do want to see Wicked.
Of course, I 100% want to see
But
Wicked.
you know what turned me off from seeing Wicked?
What?
I hear that it is it's only part 1.
Yeah, it is part 1, and then the next part's coming out. It's a long play. You want to wait until part 2 comes out so you can see them back to back?
Yeah, so I could just watch it as one movie.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm just saying they didn't do that with Hamilton on Disney Plus.
They did not do that, but it came out on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I think if they were coming out, if they had the movie coming out on Disney Plus, I think it would have been different. Like, it would be like people could just sit there and watch it, but like, you know.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
think people are gonna watch a 4-hour movie?
Oh, people watched the fucking Dark Knight, whatever the fuck that Justice League movie was. That was like
The Snyder Cut?
The Snyder Cut was 18 hours in black and white. Batman and his dopey ass friends, Cyborg, and that pest of a person, Flash.
Oh.
I'm not saying anything else
Yeah.
about that person.
All right. Well, the Oscars was it's being hosted by Conan O'Brien.
Yes, Conan O'Brien is a legend. He's hilarious.
Yeah, at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles, where I feel like it's always there.
Yeah.
Or do they switch it up? I feel like it's usually
No,
there.
it's always at the Dolby Theater.
Well, I hope that everyone has a great time. That finishes going well, and all who deserve to win are winning. I'm sure the looks. I haven't looked at the red carpet pictures, but I'm looking forward to seeing what folks look like because I can imagine they were showing out.
Yeah.
So, all right. What's next? Do you want to talk about WWE?
Yes, let's do that.
So, change the banner here. Is there a banner?
No, let me make one right now. Elimination Chamber. WWE Elimination Chamber. Bam. Yesterday was the Elimination Chamber. This is the last premium live event that occurs before WrestleMania, which means we are now on the officially on the road to WrestleMania, which is 6 weeks from now. I think it's the first week of 6 weeks from now. I think it's the weekend of my birthday, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So also 6 weeks from now is my birthday. I'll talk to you after this about what I want to do this year.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to work out the logistics. We have to work out the logistics. Anyhow, the Elimination Chamber was a perfect show, honestly. Like for a B pay-per-view, like which is, you know, like
What's a B pay-per-view?
it's usually like an A. The A tier pay-per-views are like WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and I would argue Money in the Bank. A B tier one is like, you know, Judgment Day or Unforgiven or Backlash or, in this case, Elimination Chamber. Even though the outcomes of the majority of the matches directly correlate to what will happen at the WrestleMania for the WrestleMania's card. So just a couple of highlights. Jade Cargill came back.
She did. She looked amazing.
She looked amazing, and she beat the ever-loving shit out of Naomi.
She did.
Yes, she did. So
I really want her to play Storm.
Jade Cargill?
Yeah, I think she'd be a really great Storm.
I think she would be too.
I don't know I don't know about her acting, but I think like the looks wise,
Yeah.
I think she'd be a great Storm.
She got the abs for it.
She does.
Yeah. Bianca Belair won the Elimination Chamber, so she's going to WrestleMania to face the women's heavyweight the women's world champion. And Randy Orton returned last night.
Where was he?
He tried to beat the ever-loving shit out of Kevin Owens. He's been out of action because Kevin Owens gave him a pile driver, which is a forbidden move.
Why is it forbidden?
Because in real world it causes neck damage. It actually, the pile driver is the reason why Stone Cold Steve Austin has neck problems to this day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because he took it wrong and like landed on his head. Essentially, you know what a pile driver is?
Yeah,
like upside down, head in the
legs.
legs, and then you land on your knees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then the highlight of the night is that John Cena. Oh, also spoilers for all this shit. My bad. I should have said spoilers at some point.
Well, I mean, at this point, if you haven't watched it, I mean, it was several days ago.
It was yesterday.
Well, by the time
this comes out, it will have been several days. Anyhow, so John Cena won the men's elimination chamber. So he's going to WrestleMania to face Cody Rhodes. Now, there was an angle that was set up for this episode where The Rock wanted Cody Rhodes to be his champion,
wanted his soul.
But yeah, he wanted Cody Rhodes' soul, and Cody Rhodes had to either say yes or no. What did he say? Go fuck yourself, The Rock. That's literally he literally said go fuck yourself, uncensored.
Wow.
Yes, they did not censor him saying fuck, which is amazing. Like, they don't usually, like, I don't know. They say that WWE is a PG product because it's for kids and all that other good stuff, but kids are literally watching grown men and women beat the shit out of each other. Like, they can handle the word fuck, okay? I mean, you love to get hung up on underwear.
They are. They're usually wearing underwear.
Well, John Cena in this picture is wearing jorts.
Yes.
Yes. But the aftermath of this is, for the first time in his entire career of like 20-something years, John Cena, the Marine. Did you ever see that movie?
Yes.
Yes, it's terrible. The Marine, the John Cena from Blockers and Vacation Friends.
1 and 2.
1 and 2 turned heel. He turned heel. He
betrayed Cody Rhodes.
He kicked Cody Rhodes in the dick.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then he beat him in the head with his own watch.
Can you tell me who is this black man in this picture? Not
That is Travis Scott.
Why is Travis?
That is a great question. It is a great question that I was asking the entire time, because what happened was The Rock was coming out, but then it cut to Travis Scott's Fiend music. And then he came out wearing some sort of custom-made WWE belt. And then The Rock came out, and then they're just walking to the ring together. And Travis Scott is just there. Like, he's in the ring with The Rock. I will say this. It didn't ruin the spectacle of John Cena turning heel. And if anything, it makes me want to see Travis Scott wrestle. No, seriously, because remember years ago Bad Bunny was wrestling?
Yeah,
he did a Canadian Destroyer on Damian Priest.
He did.
And he was fantastic. So if Bad Bunny can do it, Travis Scott can do it, okay? Maybe he come out and name his move the Astro World. Oh my goodness, no. He has a headlock and it's called Goosebumps.
Goosebumps?
I get those goosebumps every time.
Okay.
Yeah, see? Come on now.
I guess.
Stick with me. Anyhow, but that's been an Elimination Chamber. It was very memorable. It was a really good pay-per-view, and it made me excited for WrestleMania. Like, I'm really, really excited.
So who's going to be at WrestleMania?
So far, the card is Bianca Belair versus the women's world heavyweight champion, which is gonna either be Rhea Ripley. It's gonna be Rhea Ripley or Io Sky, because they're going up against each other on Monday Night Raw. It's gonna be Rhea Ripley. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Mm-hmm. And Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton. Mm-hmm. And Jimmy Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win?
Jimmy?
You think?
I mean, not Jimmy. Oh my goodness. That I did the cardinal sin of mixing up two twins. As somebody who has a friend who is a twin, and I specifically told her to not bring her sister around so I don't ever have to have any awkward, uncomfortable which one is which. And they got fucking the same tattoos on the same parts of their body. Did I tell you about that?
I did not know.
So they made themselves even more indistinguishable.
And I think they have the same hairstyle.
And they have the same fucking hairstyle. I'm just glad that, like, on their birthday party, they actually did their hair up slightly different and wore different clothes.
Yeah. Well.
But I was so drunk that night, I forgot which one was wearing which. Yeah.
Well, good luck to them. Good luck to all those.
Jey Uso is going up against Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, good luck. Good luck, Jey.
Yeah, I hope Jey wins. I know Jey is winning because, like, he's just on fire right now.
Yeah, he's been doing really well.
Yeah, he's golden. Like, and I love seeing people win like Jey.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to our next one. So, if you don't remember, Making the Band was one of Diddy's, one of the many shows and things that he did in the late 2000s or early 2000s. Most notably, he made his Meet the Band group walk across the Brooklyn Bridge to go get him Junior's cheesecake, and then he wasn't even there.
It's funny, but in hindsight, it's
now that we know
horrid
about
abuse of power,
how he likes to torture people, then not so funny. But Sarah Rivers, who is the light skinned woman in the picture, she was the singer in the band, and she is suing Diddy for $60 million. Accusing him of sexual harassment, assault, and an abusive work environment.
Jesus.
The lawsuit includes over 24 defendants and names Universal Music, MTV, and Combs' mother, Janice, which I'm like, wow, I have to read the transcript to see why she's involved.
Yeah. How deep does the rabbit hole go?
So it says that he allegedly controlled Rivers' eating and sleeping schedules, publicly humiliated her and other group members, which, I mean, we saw that on TV. So.
Yeah.
Provided inadequate compensation for their work, which sounds right up Diddy's alley.
Now, that definitely sounds like a Diddy move.
He, of course, has denied all the allegations, calling them false, as he has done with every other allegation he's received. But as we know, Diddy is not a man of mystery, a man who continues to abuse folks under his labels. So, I mean, his trial date is coming up I think in like 2 months or so. So we'll see what happens. Every week it seems like there's another addition to his
ongoing case. So by the time this goes to trial, who knows? I mean, who knows?
It's unsettling.
Yes, it is.
That this many people have this much things against you, and it's been going on for decades at this point, and
you know what it is? It's very reminiscent of Cosby.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When like it's just like 1, then 2, then 5, then 20.
Yeah.
Like all of them coming out the woodwork.
Well, I think it happens like that because
once one person is brave enough to speak up, and then it's a domino effect.
Because they know that, like, first of all, someone with the amount
There's
of money
power in numbers.
and power as Diddy has, like, you need to have a very strong case against it. Because we've seen he's had so many cases throughout the time, and most of them have been due to, like, fighting or they're suing for rights or money or whatever.
Or Shine's case.
Exactly. So it's like they needed to be a big something to open up the door, which I believe was Cassie's case.
Yep,
because everything she had, she opened up the floodgates, and now here we are.
Yeah.
And in other legal news, Drake and iHeart Media have reached a I have it up there.
Oh, okay.
Drake and iHeart Media have reached a settlement over his dispute against Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us. Mm-hmm. So they have not given any terms of the settlement, but in November, Drake filed a legal petition in Texas alleging that iHeartMedia received illegal payments from UMG to boost airplay for Not Like Us. He sought depositions from corporate representatives of iHeartMedia and UMG. So the claims against UMG remain active. Mm-hmm. He accused UMG of engaging in irregular and inappropriate business practices to promote the diss track, and the petition alleges UMG knowingly supported a song, album art, and music video that falsely accused Drake of criminal sexual misconduct. And UMG has filed a motion to dismiss that petition, with a hearing that is going to be scheduled in San Antonio. There was also an FCC investigation into iHeartMedia over allegations that artists were pressured to perform at its country music festival in exchange for radio airplay, which
Payola.
iHeartMedia has declined. Of course, all this is coming out because of the fact that Drake is mad at Kendrick Lamar for
Big mad!
hurting his fifis because of this.
Fifi, do you love me? No, she don't. None of them do. I just watched a 45-minute YouTube video on the 20-year obsession that Drake has had with Rihanna.
Oh God!
And it didn't dawn on me that it's been going on for 20 years.
Yeah,
that's the majority of my life.
Yeah,
like that is sad.
It's very weird. Between his obsession with her, and Aaliyah. I mean,
but with Rihanna, it's fucking different. Like it's creepy. You know what I mean?
I mean, the whole
like
thing's
at a
creepy,
certain point,
but
it's creepy.
It's like, get a life, Drake. Please.
Yeah,
do something with yourself.
Say Drake. Why don't I have that as a drop? Oh, let me make a note. Say Drake. Just that.
And also take a shot because he's adding a drop.
Yes.
In other Drake news, he is canceling his remaining dates of his Anita Max Win Tour, which is a terrible, stupid name.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
But he's canceling the remaining dates in Australia and New Zealand.
Get it? He needs maximum wins.
Due to what he says, scheduling conflict. So he had one in Brisbane, one in Sydney, and two in Auckland. His team announced plans to reschedule these dates and potentially add more shows. So some are saying that it's logistical issues with transporting stage equipment between the cities. Some are saying that there may be a potential new North American or European tour. But this isn't the first time he's canceled tour dates. In 2023, he canceled 10 performances during his tour, citing scheduling conflicts or logistical issues. So who knows? Who knows what's going on? But
he only wanted to be in Australia as a pick me up because
he knew what was happening.
He knew what was happening over here in the States, which was Kendrick over on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and
now that the Super Bowl is over, now nobody's like the moment has passed. No one's talking about it anymore, except there are still plenty of memes on TikTok
and videos. I saw a wedding entrance this weekend where the guy entered into like the entrance that Kendrick did, which was very cute. So this is going to be going on forever. Drake is never going to be able to live this down.
No, he's not. He didn't live down the funny thing is, like, we moved, he lost the Pusha T beef, if you remember. And we moved past that. And even though, like, collectively the world knew that he had lost that beef, he still sort of bounced back musically.
Yeah.
I don't see him bouncing back from this at all.
Yeah.
And mind you, like, And mind you, the first beef with Pusha T also included him having blackface.
Yeah, it did. It did. And
then he bounced back.
And having a secret child.
It's a secret child plus blackface, but somehow bounced back. I don't think you come back from the PDF files.
Kendrick has stomped him into a whole other universe.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna have to live with it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what it is.
It is what it is.
All right, so moving on to people that we love.
Sure.
Cheryl Lee Ralph. She was doing, it's award season, so she's doing the rounds.
Yes.
And she was being asked about what show she would like to be on in one of the nominated shows for this year. And this was her response.
If you could jump into the nominated film or TV show of your choice tonight and do a specific scene from that movie or show, what would you pick and why?
Shogun. I'd be a black samurai. But I'd be a modern samurai. And I'd be Konbawa Mirasan. Watashi no namae wa Cheryl Ralph. Watashi wa Jamaica kara kimashita. Hi. Yes!
Give me that now. I love her.
That's so cool. It's so fucking cool that she speaks Japanese.
Mm-hmm. And I don't even know, did she, that, she got that off the top of her head. She didn't even.
I think I literally think, she had to have been either ready for that question or she just speaks Japanese fluently.
Yeah.
And I want to live in the world where she speaks Japanese fluently, where at some point on Abbott Elementary, she is just going to just speak some Japanese directly to Janine's face.
I would love that, to be honest.
That would be so cool.
Because Cheryl Lee Ralph is an amazing actress. She's constantly, showing us more and more of her talents.
She is a woman of dimensions.
Yes, she is. She's a woman of dimensions, and I want to see more of her.
Yes, me too. Can I get the charger?
Yes.
Thank you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Now, someone that we don't want to see any more of ever again is the president, unfortunately, of the United States, Trump. Mm-hmm. Sorry. So yes, Trump, he has had a whole variety of shenanigans leading up into the presidency and during the presidency. Most recently, he had a meeting with Zelensky, who is the president of Ukraine, and things went a bit awry. So Trump was meeting with Zelensky in the Oval Office to talk about finalizing a minerals agreement that would support Ukraine's economy and promote peace efforts with Russia. But it turned into a shit show because J.D. Vance, the vice president, was accusing Zelensky of disrespecting U.S. diplomatic efforts. And then they were basically arguing with each other. And Trump was criticizing Zelensky for allegedly prolonging the war and not showing enough gratitude for U.S. support. Trump abruptly halted the negotiations and canceled a joint press conference that they were supposed to have. This, of course, is straining U.S.-Ukraine relations and is raising concerns about whether or not America will continue support for Ukraine and its troops during the war against Russia, because Russia keeps trying to steal their land. But it was I watched the clips of it, and it was very weird. You could see how, for instance, you see how Zelensky, he's just dressed very simply. Mm-hmm. The rest of them are wearing, suits and ties and stuff. And one of the people...
Pomp and circumstance.
In Trump's cabinet is goes to Zelensky, how come you're never wearing a suit? And da-da-da. And Zelensky goes, after the war is finished in my home, maybe I'll come with a costume that you need to see me, looking a certain way.
Yeah.
But as for right now, like, I'm good. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm literally here.
And you know what's fucked up? You know what's fucked up? You know who wasn't wearing a suit when he was in the fucking Oval Office giving a fucking TED Talk while his son was whispering sweet death threats to the president? Fucking Elon Musk.
Yes.
He doesn't have to wear a fucking suit.
Someone who's not an elected official.
Disgusting tech bro.
Ugh.
No, this is what happens when you vote for a big ass baby to be in the Oval Office. And why is JD Vance in this meeting at all?
It was
I thought the vice president was supposed to advocate for, like making sure that kids aren't fat or some shit like that.
Okay. That was not the vice president. That was the first lady who did that.
Sorry. Okay.
I thought it was. This was Trump and his cabinet, so it did make sense that Vance was there. It was him and Rubio was there, looking scared and stressed. And it was a shit show, as much of Trump's presidency is.
Sure.
And then I don't know if you saw this. Now this is going to be a jump scare for all of you.
Sure.
So please, guard your loins if you need. But did you see this video?
No, I didn't see this video.
So Trump, a video of an AI video of Trump licking all over Elon Musk's fake feet. It went up in the Department of Housing and Urban Development headquarters. And over the video, it said, "Long live the real king," which apparently it's talking about Elon. So it showed a looping video of what appeared to be an AI generated scene showing Trump kissing Musk's toes. And the HUD spokeswoman, Casey Lovett, said in an email, "Another waste of taxpayer dollars and resources. An appropriate action will be taken for all involved." I mean, I think that's a hilarious pushback against Trump, because that's what it seems like. You're just sucking on Elon's toes and not caring about what's going on in the real world because you're too busy trying to appease him.
You know what this made me think of?
What?
How long if AI can make such a video look like that and it looks real, like just that photo looks real.
Yeah, it does.
How long before AI is an excuse for cheating men?
Oh, they're probably already using that. It wasn't me. It was a deep fake.
It's a deep fake. It was AI.
That was AI.
It wasn't me.
That's the new. It wasn't me. So yes, chicanery all around.
No. Hold on. Wait. Not. It wasn't me. It was AI. Show me it on the sofa. It was AI. What's that I told her? It was AI.
Oh gosh. Well,
maybe that'll be the title of the episode. It was AI.
The Trump administration has given us years and years worth of shenanigans to talk about and ponder over. But, it's always foolishness and shenanigans and chicanery. So,
yeah.
Are you ready to move into things that are making us mad?
Sure. No, I'm not ready at all. Oh, brother. Okay, now I'm ready for the things that are making us mad.
Bring it! What? We gripe it. We're not griping anywhere else. We gripe it. This safe space for us to share. We gripe it. We ain't griping anywhere else. We gripe it.
So, what's making you mad, my friend?
The slow processes that can be found in the bureaucracies of a large corporation.
Okay.
Literally, nothing gets done fast. Mm-hmm. Even when you threaten to speak to a supervisor, that just means that it won't take 30 days, it'll take 15 days.
Yeah, that's true.
And I understand that, big organizations, there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, checks and balances.
And everybody is just trying to cover their own ass and cover their own skin. But Jesus Christ, like you send out a report and you don't hear back from anybody, like not anybody, like not even a thank you for we'll
confirm receipt.
We'll confirm this. And it's even worse if you're trying to move into a different department in that place. So it's really annoying to me. But that is the downside of working for a large corporation. My background has always been in startups.
Yeah.
For the most part, for the majority of my working life, or working adult life, I should say, I've worked at startup companies. So, like, you could just get up and walk over to Deborah and ask her if she could do something.
Yeah.
Or just slack her and she'll get back to you immediately. No, these have to be funneled through several different emails and phone calls and memos, and it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous process. So that's just something that has annoyed the shit out of me. I think that might be it.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have two things. The first one is pretty short and simple.
And the weather.
Oh, well.
I hate that though. You know what?
Yeah, this is a weird time of year.
If you're not gonna be consistently nice outside, don't be nice outside at all.
Yeah, because it was freezing today.
It was freezing today.
The other days,
but the other days it was just like 40, 50 degrees.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I was like starting to think that I didn't have to wear 3 different layers of shirts underneath my hoodie, underneath my coat.
No, you gotta do it. Because you try to say, oh, I'm not going to wear a jacket today, or I'm going to wear a thinner jacket in the morning, and then you come back and you're freezing.
Yeah, so just fuck you, weather. Fuck you, global warming. Fuck out of here.
So the first one is just, I need people to respect people's boundaries, and not touching them without asking, not touching me at all. Like, there's no... Keep your hands to yourself. Keep all your body parts to yourself. It's very weird when you do that. I do not like it. And that is how you end up in situations you don't want to be in. So I just really, that would be it. And also, like, don't have, do not blame other people for your lack of self-awareness, mindfulness, whatever. Like, if you make a decision and then you have second thoughts about that decision, that is your problem.
Yeah.
Nobody else but yours. Don't try to sully everybody else's time because you got caught in an L. Just take the L.
Just take the L.
And learn from it.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day.
Okay, like, why does everybody else have to be a part of your misgivings?
Don't be a bummer.
Okay, don't be a party pooper.
Don't be a bummer. Don't be a bummer of a person.
And then my second one is something I found out.
That's your third one?
The first one was that, and I just added on to it.
Oh.
Either way.
No, that's 3 different things. This is the third one.
Either way.
Don't touch nobody. Don't be a bummer. And now this third one.
And
I'm just helping you keep
me out of nowhere for no reason.
And now it's your fourth one.
Anyway, my next one is something that I saw this week that we all need to be looking into, but just another attack on educators and folks who are doing the work. So we will listen into this.
So I just did a whole IG Live where I read a letter from the Acting Assistant Secretary for Civil Rights at the Department of Education. His name is Craig Traynor. This letter was written on February 14th, 2025, and I'm mad nobody sent it to me, and I found out tonight. And this letter is really important because it basically redefines the word discrimination. It makes discrimination and diversity synonymous. If for any reason your institution uses race in decisions pertaining to admissions, hiring, promotions, compensation, financial aid, scholarships, prizes of any sort, administrative support, discipline, housing, graduation ceremonies, and all other aspects of student, academic, and campus life, then under the current interpretation of a Supreme Court decision that the Department of Education uses, not that we all use, not that the Supreme Court uses, but if the department uses a interpretation of a decision by the Supreme Court, we now consider everything that I just listed, if you use race a part of it, illegal. And let me just say, the Department of Education cannot become the police. And the acting assistant secretary is not the police or decision maker. But he does stress in this letter that if you get caught doing any of the things that I have listed based off of race, we're going to pull federal funding from you. And worse, we have created a discrimination complaint form. And we want everybody across the country to use this form if they feel discriminated against. Because if this administration loves doing anything, they love to empower other people to be police officers as well, especially against communities of color. And so they are giving us 14 days as of when the letter was written, which if you do the math, means March 1st. In other words, you can continue to celebrate Black History Month because the White House has already said it's not acknowledging Black History Month. So we're giving you the rest of Black History Month on your campuses to celebrate Black History Month. But after that, on March 1st, we're going to do an evaluation of everybody in all the schools. We're going to take complaints and we're going to cut your funding because what you're doing around race is illegal. They said that DEI was smuggling racial stereotypes and explicit race consciousness into everyday trainings, programs, and disciplines. So anything around ethnic studies, Black studies, all of that, gone. This also to me means NAACP chapters, gone. Sorority Greek organizations, gone. So now we got to think about the relationships of power so that we can respond to this letter. The people who matter in this moment are students across the country, especially students who have the ability to take risk. And college students right now are forming a national student organization called the United States Student Association. You can find their handle in the comment section. Follow them so you can find out how to support them because they're going to DC to fight back.
We are constantly moving further and further into a 1984 fascist regime. Mm-hmm. And we all have to just be really mindful of that and to protest with our dollars. I know people were doing a big blackout, of no purchasing things. From one Friday, it was like no purchasing anywhere. And then throughout the next weeks, it's like specific places, which is great. Like, we should all be saying we're going to take our money from these big corporations who are using it to only... to level themselves up and disregard everything that Americans might need or want or deserve. But it's just very frustrating because I think about like places like obviously HBCUs. What is that going to do to them? Like whether if it's a high school or something or a school in a predominantly Black or brown, neighborhood where you have these different organizations working there, the different people there that are trying to make sure that these kids feel affirmed and understand who they are, know their history, etc. If all those things become illegal, then what are we doing? We're just going back to the extreme whitewashed history that we've had for decades and decades and decades, which is not fair, it's not just, it's not right. And we have to be able to push back in small ways against fascism in whatever way we can, because at the end of the day, even if it doesn't impact you right now, eventually somehow they'll find a way for it to impact you. So we just have to have constant vigilance, folks. Just like keep going. It just makes me mad as someone who is working in education right now, has been educated by places that race was at the forefront, and how that completely shaped who I was. And if taking those things away is just, it's poor planning, it's dumb, and you're trying to remove the way that we are educating ourselves at the most base levels and turning regular people into police never works. It's never a good thing. And that is what all fascist regimes have done somehow, some way. So we just have to be informed and continue to say no and push back. So that's about it. Ready to talk about things that are making you happy?
Sure thing. Uh-oh. I forgot which one it is.
I'm the baby merchant. Tots are us. I give you all the service and no damn fuss. Give the baby merchant just a week or two. I love your baby for you.
I told you that Manny reached out to me and was like, you have Cop Rock on your show?
I love that.
Shout out to Manny. Hope you're doing well. Shout out to him in the entire what I would like to call the Let Go crew.
Yes, the Let Go crew.
The Let Go crew.
All right. What things are making you happy this week?
That's a good question. Doing this podcast with you because I enjoy doing this podcast on a weekly basis. It is a stress reliever of sorts. So there's that. You as a person and just in general, you're amazing top to bottom. So thank you for just remaining that way and doing that and bringing what you bring to the table.
Thank you.
And also, what's making me happy is my friendships. Shout out to Lawson and Matt and Meredith and Katie and or Kate or Katie. Yeah. Shout out to you. It was great seeing y'all in the real world and not just over a screen. These are people that I played D&D with for years. Shout out to my friend Jared who hit me up to play D&D. Unfortunately, my schedule was so hectic that it nigh impossible. And a special shout out to my mom. She know what she did. And so thank you. Thank you, Mama. Mama, you know I love you. Oh,
Don't you
know I love you, Mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the start. Mama, I just want you to know, loving you's like tears from my soul.
I was like, who's doing all these things?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. What's making me happy this week? It's, of course, doing this podcast with you.
Sure.
You were making me happy for all the reasons that you were you. And also because you got my nails done this week, which was very nice. Thank you. Look at them. They're very cute. I know everyone's going to be green with envy when they see them on Monday. Also,
You're welcome. What can I say except you're welcome?
I also saw this very sweet video that made me very happy and warmed my heart.
In the past, exactly 5 months and 1 day since my birthday, on September 25th, I got my autism assessment. I broke up with that one person I should have been with for as long as I was. I got the high school credits that I needed because I dropped out like 10 years ago. It was messing up my mental health. And I just accepted my university application for photography, and I'm going in the fall. And I just wanted to say that I'm super proud of myself. I don't have anybody to share it with, and I just wanted to share and let anybody who's watching this know that I'm really proud of myself, and I'm really proud of you if you were able to restart your journey at whatever point in life that you did. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of me too.
I'm proud of you.
That really warmed my heart. I think being neurodivergent, wherever you are on the neurodivergent spectrum, school and work are things that can be very difficult, can be very frustrating, and being able to pull yourself back up and try something new and go after what you want is extremely amazing. And so anyone who is able to do that, regardless of how long, starting over is never easy. And so I just have to shout out everyone who's doing that. And I hope that at his graduation, there's everybody from Black Twitter comes out, celebrates him, and is just there to see him thriving and doing something that he never thought he would do. And I hope that everyone, whether you're neurodivergent or not, whatever your dreams are, continue to go after them. Because even if things are hard, if you've failed at something in the past, if you've messed up, you've made mistakes, et cetera, that is okay. Because you can always start over. It's never too late. You're never too old. And every day you get to choose to do something different, to be something different. And that's the beauty of being alive. So thank you.
I'm going to say it one more time in case you just didn't hear me. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you too.
Great. Thanks. All right. If that's everything, then that's everything. We will be back again next time. Until then, take it easy. Keep it sleazy. And we will be back with another one of these. So, hold on. Can I get it? I don't know how to make a heart.
Just do your fingers.
There we go.
Like that.
There we go. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like to contact the podcast, you can reach us via email at blackandsnerdypodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at Black and Snurdy Podcast, as well as on Twitter at Black and Snurdy. You can find me, Maurice, on all social media under the handle Licorish is Legit. That's LICORISH is legit.
And you can find me on Instagram. It's that's OD THATSOD.E, and on Twitter, THATSOD_E. And don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe to us. Tune in next time to the Black and Sturdy Podcast, where nerds of a feather flock together.
Remember?
Bye.
Boy.
Not yet.
No, this is keeping it. We're keeping this in. Don't forget to take your meds and your subs and drink water. Bye.
Bye.
I actually want to keep that.